Well, not everyone has to get a Real ID if they don't want one or feel that they don't need one.
That PennDOT spokesperson is estimating about 2.5 million people in Pennsylvania will want Real ID when it's available next year. In the meantime, there is a lot PennDOT has to get done before Real ID can be rolled out.
Also, some things that you can do to save time if you plan on making the switch. Jackie DeTore is here to explain what you need and how much it'll cost you.
Between all of the deadlines and the documents related to Real ID, it can be confusing. FOX43 Finds Out simplifies what you need to know about Real ID in Pennsylvania. This map shows which states currently have Real ID and which ones don't. The states in green, plus Washington, D.C., are Real ID compliant. Then there are the yellow states. Those are the states that have extended compliance through October of this year. That's where you'll find Pennsylvania. A PennDOT spokesperson says PennDOT plans to make Real ID available to Pennsylvanians in the spring of next year.
Not everyone has to get a Real ID if they don't want one or feel that they don't need one.
If you want Real ID, here's what it will cost you. $30 for the Real ID fee, and if you're a regular non-commercial driver, $30.50 for a renewal. In total, $60.50. It's that renewal fee that became confusing for some people. However, a PennDOT spokesperson says it will all work out. For example, if your license expires this year, you need to renew it. That new license will then expire in 2022. Then, if you get a Real ID in spring of 2019, as soon as it's available, you'll pay another renewal fee of $30.50. You won't lose that time you've already paid for, though, because your Real ID license will then expire in 2026.
The expiration date on your Real ID will reflect any remaining time that's on your current license.
PennDOT is estimating about 25% of people who currently have a Pennsylvania driver's license or ID card will want Real ID.
That's based on data from other states who have similar programs where you can choose to get a Real ID or you can choose not to.
That's about 2.5 million people in Pennsylvania. A PennDOT spokesperson says that's a lot, which is why PennDOT is renovating 5 existing license centers to be able to handle the Real ID regulations and also adding 5 new centers in the state. The closest one for most people in central Pennsylvania will be somewhere in Harrisburg. PennDOT also says it has the flexibility to add 3 additional Real ID centers if needed.
Well, you'll be able to walk in, pay your fee, get your Real ID that same day.
It might not be that easy for everyone, though. 10.7 million people in Pennsylvania have either a driver's license or photo ID card. That 10.7 million is broken up into 2 groups. That first group is for people who got their first license in Pennsylvania within the last 15 years. Those people can easily pre-verify for Real ID and probably do it all on PennDOT's website.
About 35% of those customers got their very first product, established their record with us, after September of 2003. That's significant because that was the time that Pennsylvania's legal presence law went into effect.
Now, before 2003, PennDOT employees didn't save your birth certificate, social security card, and 2 proofs of Pennsylvania residency as part of your driving record. Now they do.
The remaining 65% of our customers, they're going to need to verify those documents in person, because prior to 2003, while we were checking and verifying all that information, we weren't imaging it into our system yet.
PennDOT plans on sending customers a postcard starting in March if you're not sure which group you fall into. You can also check if PennDOT has those documents on its website starting in March too. Now, if you got your first driver's license before 2003, you'll probably have to wait until the fall to get the ball rolling.
In September of this year, all 71 of our existing driver license centers throughout the state will be equipped to begin pre-verifying people's documents.
Another common question is, can I still get on a plane? A PennDOT spokesperson says yes. Pennsylvania has an extension with the Department of Homeland Security through October 10th of 2018. And PennDOT tells me it plans to file another extension that will likely last until at least October of 2019. Which means
you can use your current license to get on a plane right now, no problem.
There has been some confusion about what Real ID, that license, what it will look like. This is the current Pennsylvania license. PennDOT rolled out this design last year. This is not a Real ID license. It's just a new design. And how you can tell it's not Real ID, it's missing the gold star on top. Now this is a Maryland license, which is Real ID compliant. You can see the star here on the top right-hand corner. That means it's a special seal that allows the Department of Homeland Security to determine if you have a real ID or not. I know I threw out a lot of dates at you, but remember this one, October 1st of 2020. That's when Pennsylvania can't get any more extensions, and the PA license you have now will not allow you to fly domestically, go onto any federal property, or a nuclear power plant in the U.S. So if you're debating if you want to get it or not, you have at least until 2020 to make that decision before you really see any impact.
And you can still have the option of using a passport for the plane and to get onto federal installations as well. So I will have to go through the old person's plan since I got my
Your words, not mine.
my first driver's license when driver's licenses first came
We'll call
out.
it pre-millennial plan,
Yes,
maybe.
I'm going to have to. So I'm going to have to show up with all my different documentation at some point if I want to get that ID.
Well, you can also check if PennDOT for some reason has it. There is a chance they might have it. Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Pre-millennial.
But something that's also a little different here is, I know a lot of people are also asking if you need to get a new photo taken. If I get a new photo this year when I renew, do I have to get a new photo? PennDOT says probably not. Again, that's going to be a case-by-case basis depending on when your license expires now. A lot of information and probably a lot more to come out, but this is the information we have so far.
A lot of moving parts. Thank you, Jackie.
And if you have a story you want me to look into, Fox43 wants to find out, let me know, send me a message on Facebook or shoot me an email at Fox43 Finds Out at fox43.com.